We have made it to part 10 of cultural imperialism. We've got 38 teams to go. This is what the map is looking like. Colorado looking massive over here. Kansas, Washington, pretty big. Let's pull up the wheel. As I said, 38 teams to go. We start out with, oh boy, Colorado again. Where are they going? They could go pretty much anywhere. Play just about every team. They're actually going to head north. I try to go from the logo and north. Well, they're actually going to miss Kansas. They might just go ahead and take Montana. I think they are. They're just going to take Montana. Okay. Simple little start there to the episode. CU takes over Montana. No game played. If you haven't seen the previous 9 episodes, because we are on episode 10 now, go ahead, click off, watch episodes 1 through 9, then come back for this. Colorado is massive, absolutely massive. They stay on the wheel, no game played. Next we've got South Alabama. Yes, it will be the Jaguars. They're down here. They haven't played a game yet. They could play LSU, Bama, Auburn, or Georgia Tech. Looks like they're going to play Georgia Tech. Yeah, that's Georgia Tech. Jaguars at the Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech beat Charlotte last episode. That was one of the biggest wins this series. Georgia Tech, and it was South Alabama. Jags are a 76 overall. The Yellow Jackets are an 80 overall. Six-minute quarters, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try to get in another snow game today. It's been a couple episodes since we've seen a snow game.
Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the
Just have to find the right game. Alrighty. Georgia Tech leads early on, up by 7. Now a 10-point lead, up 13-0. Jags are struggling to get on the board. They still haven't scored. Georgia Tech is up 20-0 at halftime. 23-6. Jaguars really fighting here. Relatively low scoring game. 23 to 20. Okay. South Alabama had a really good second half, but it just fell short of the win there. 23-20. Georgia Tech wins. Sneaking into Alabama. So the Jaguars are gone. We've got 37 teams to go. Will it be Penn State or Oklahoma? Oklahoma. Good old Sooners. They haven't played a game yet. They're one of the larger teams to have not played a game yet. Surrounded by Colorado, Tulsa, LSU, UNT. So they could get out of this. Looks like they're going to head southwest and play Colorado. Interesting. Buffaloes are an 87 overall. Oklahoma is an 87 overall as well. Looks like Colorado's offense, is better than OU's offense, but OU's defense is better than CU's defense. Back to Boulder. I've already played a couple snow games at Boulder, so I'm not going to do it again.
The Rocky Mountains provide the backdrop in Boulder, Colorado, and if you're looking for the Buffaloes, they ain't hard to find.
Let's see here. Colorado takes a 14-0 lead by the end of the first quarter. Now they're up 20-0, 23-0, 30-0 on OU. Wow. 37-10, 40-10 at the end of the third quarter. 50 points.
Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get Punched
Wow.
in the face and lose
50
by
to
double.
17.
Not a lot of
Colorado takes down
a
OU.
lot to fix. On offense,
Massive
on
win for them.
defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got
That
a
was one of
lot.
the games, one of the teams that Colorado was at the biggest risk of losing to. Oh, wrong color, wrong color. Colorado gold spreads in farther into Oklahoma. They already took down Oklahoma State, now OU. Both sides of the Red River. We'll center this up a little bit better now. Oklahoma's off the wheel. 36 to go. Kansas. Oh, it is Kansas. If they head west at all, I believe they play Oklahoma. Yeah. Not Oklahoma. They were just eliminated. It's Colorado. Will they head west? Yes, they will. Okay, so an absolutely massive game here. Kansas playing at Colorado. This is for all the land from just about all the land from LA to Nashville, from Minnesota to South Texas. Will Kansas be the team to take down the Buffs? Maybe. They're both at 87 overall. Colorado, so heavily overrated. There's just no way they would have beat OU 50 to 17 or whatever it was. Oh, man, I clicked the wrong button. I guess I have to kick off. Okay, that's all. Gotta simulate it. Come on. Ah, it's another Big 12 matchup. I keep forgetting that Colorado's in the Big 12. They started with a safety? That is the first time I've seen a safety in this game. In simulation, at least. Kansas up 10 to 8 at halftime. Up 17 to 15 after halftime. Colorado takes the lead. Kansas with the lead again, 28 to 22 in the fourth quarter. Who's going to take it? It looks like Kansas took down Colorado. Oh, they did. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Kansas 31, Colorado 22. Jayhawks are the first team. It seems like in 20 attempts to be able to take down Colorado. Wow. Incredible game there. Incredible game. That Jayhawk blue. 3 years ago even, this would be the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Kansas blue all the way out. All over the place. Wow. Very, very impressive. Let me clean this all up real quick. And I'll come right back. I still cannot believe Kansas is just completely running the central part of the country. Absolutely crazy. This is maybe the last thing I expected. Kansas stays on the wheel. Colorado is eliminated. 35 teams to go. We played 3 games. We've got about 7 more. Ohio State, we haven't seen them play very much. I know we saw them play last episode. They took down Cincinnati. They're still hanging out in their home state. I believe they also beat Akron. They're going to look to go northwest-ish from their logo. That's going to take them to Toledo. So this is a battle for just about the entire state. I know Kent is still there. Ohio State at Toledo. The Buckeyes are 93 overall. Toledo's a 79 overall. You know what? I could have made this the snow game. Whatever.
Welcome to the Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio, home to the Toledo
This is the fake
Rockets.
glass bowl.
A full house is in store, and so too
No, I
a
think I'm thinking of the rubber
terrific
bowl. I don't know. There was some Mac school who stadium called the Bowl, something Bowl. And it's been abandoned. Toledo keeping it pretty close with Ohio State. Although, as soon as I say that, the Buckeyes are starting to pull away, 35-6. Yeah, it's not really close anymore. Toledo, I mean, they're trying their best. It's 50-22, 50-29. Buckeyes get out of here with a pretty big win. They must have put the backups in.
A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like
Ohio State
whoever was on
wins
offense
57-36. Only one team left in Ohio. There we go, just Ohio State and Kent. This is what the map's looking like after that. Ohio State, now they're starting to border Michigan. You got this little corner up here. Of course, that's a game we're all waiting for, right? Buckeyes stay on the wheel. Toledo is gone. Next, we've got Wisconsin. They haven't played a game yet. They might be the biggest team left on the wheel who hasn't played a game. Maybe UCLA. Maybe Syracuse. I don't know. Looks like they can go south, play Iowa. They can play Kansas. They can play Michigan. It's going to be Kansas. Okay. Could they be the ones to take down the Jayhawks? Kansas is the home team. Although I believe they're playing just about all their home games at Arrowhead Stadium because their stadium is getting some giant renovations. Wisconsin's an 87 overall, and so is KU.
Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all
Good
who
old
enter,
Lawrence, Kansas.
and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little.
They had a nice little stadium, but it definitely needed some renovations. That's what they're doing, so good for them. Right as their football team gets better. And that's the way to do it. Jayhawks lead 17-3 at halftime. Going to the fourth, they're only up by 7. Wisconsin is threatening. Now they've tied it all up. It's coming down to the wire here. Wisconsin with a 3-point lead. The Badgers have done it. Wow. Wisconsin takes down Kansas. Very impressive.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset.
Take a look at these stats. Why not?
Beat a ranked team, but you went out and got your respect. You gained it now.
Jalen Daniels, 2 interceptions. Man, that is not good. Tyler Van Dyke, who was at Miami, transferred up to Wisconsin. 2 touchdowns, 121 yards. It must have been the rushing attack for Wisconsin. No. 27 attempts, only 65 yards. I have no idea how Wisconsin scored 20 points. I guess Tyler Van Dyke threw 2 touchdowns. It must have been 2 field goals. The Badgers in their first game take down KU and now are the largest team by far on this map. By far. Let me just go over all the states they've got. Montana, Minnesota, Wyoming, Wisconsin. You know, it's too many to count, really. It's just too many. Being big is not really a good thing, though, because you got more opportunities for other teams to play you, and more games means a higher chance of eventually getting eliminated. Utah State, they have not played a game yet. They're out here in between Washington, Fresno, and good old Wisconsin. I think the best thing for them would be to play Fresno. They've got two pretty menacing teams on the other sides. They might actually go ahead and do that. Yes, Utah State's going to head just slightly west into Nevada, which Fresno has taken over. Utah State, they're 77 overall. Actually, Fresno should be the home team. Right? I messed that up once. Fresno is an 80 overall. Utah State's a 77 overall. Their defense is actually better, which is really surprising.
Welcome to Bulldog Stadium.
Back in Fresno, I think it's been a couple episodes since we saw Fresno play.
Bulldogs, whose team mantra is anytime.
I do really like Fresno Stadium. It's pretty cool. The Aggies lead, actually, up by 11 points by the end of the first quarter. 14-10, 21-10, keeping that lead strong. A 2-touchdown lead for the Aggies. Fresno cut it to 7. The score holds for a long time. Still a 7-point game. Fresno has tied it up. They took a lead at the very end. And the Bulldogs, with a 21-point fourth quarter, came back and took down Utah State. Very, very impressive. 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards, and a fantastic completion percentage from Fresno's QB. Wow. Wow. 38-31. Bulldogs are staying alive. It is tough to get rid of them. This map is looking so weird. So weird. I mean, it really always does when you do one of these. We've got 4 more games to play. Maryland. We've seen them play quite a bit, but it's been a couple episodes, I think. They took what was their tiny little sliver up here and pretty much beat every single team in this mid-Atlantic region. They're headed almost due south, which is going to take them to Duke. Good old Duke at Durham. Duke an 80 overall. Maryland, they're about an 80. Yeah, they are an 80. Okay. The offense have the same rating, but Maryland's defense has a sizable rating advantage on Duke's.
Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to Caeville.
I've been thinking that the loading screen is the Duke Stadium, but I think that scoreboard is not the same one as in the loading screen. It must be a different stadium. Some of y'all have commented, but haven't really figured it all out. We've got a pretty good ball game on our hands. Maryland up by 7 at halftime, 17-10. Duke ties it up, 17 all in the fourth quarter. Maryland with a lead, now a 2-possession lead. Duke cutting it to a 7-point game. They've tied it all up. We're in overtime. And someone took the win. It is Maryland. Maryland took the win. Looks like Duke kicked a field goal and Maryland got in the end zone for the overtime win. Wow. They're keeping their run going. Very impressive. Yes, Maryland, one touchdown in overtime. Duke was not able to score on their first possession. The Blue Devils are eliminated. Maryland is a relatively low overall team at just an 80, but it's been very impressive what they've been able to do with that low rating. Maybe just all the teams around them are trash. Who's to say? Who's to say? Maryland stays on the wheel, and the Duke Blue Devils are gone. 31 teams. Stanford, I don't think the Cardinal have played yet. Way out in Palo Alto. No, they haven't. They could play UW, Fresno, or SJSU. Looks like they're going to take on Fresno. Yeah, it'll be Fresno 100%. Cardinal are an 82 overall. Okay. Fresno, they were an 80, I believe. Yeah, an 80. So Stanford is favored, but Stanford is just so bad. They're just so bad.
Welcome to Bulldog Stadium in this fertile valley.
I think every game Fresno's been in has been a home game for them. I might be wrong, but I think they've all been home games. Tie game, 7 apiece at the end of 1. Low scoring, 7 all at halftime. Fresno comes out of halftime with a touchdown. 14-7, up by 10. A nice 2-possession lead for Fresno. Stanford keeping it close, only a 3-point game. We've tied it up. They're in overtime, and Fresno got an overtime stop on Stanford, and they scored on their drive. So we got back-to-back overtime games. Nice win, quality win, really, for Fresno. 24-17. Good, tough football. It would be absolutely hilarious if Fresno is the last team remaining in their state. They just need to outlast UCLA and San Jose State. They've become one of the big dogs themselves out west. Pun intended. 2 more games to go. Gonna get it down to 27 teams remaining. Currently, we're at 30. Iowa. It's been a while, really it has, since we've seen the Hawkeyes play. They've only played 1 game that took down Northwestern. The odds... They're probably gonna play Wisconsin. Yeah, they're playing at Wisconsin. This will be our snow game. Good old Big Ten West matchup. They have since eliminated the Big Ten West, but Whiskey coming in at a sweet 87 overall. Iowa an 87 overall. This is the battle for the Heartland. Okay. Iowa's offense a 76, quite reflective. A night snow game.
Welcome everyone to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking.
Good old Camp Randall. I'd love to go to a game here. I'm actually pretty curious to see how Bama plays, because they're going up to Camp Randall for this season. Wisconsin leads 21-0. Okay. 28-0 at halftime. Gee whiz. This Iowa defense is lacking. Up 14 points now. Iowa's cut into their lead.
They say every game
Wisconsin
counts
hangs
the
on.
same in the standings,
28
and that is
to 14. They won the battle for the Heartland
no matter what
trophy.
coaches say, they just mean a little more,
Big win
and
for
they
them.
hurt a little more
Big win for them.
And that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some
Hanging on, taking down one of the better teams in their area. Wisconsin staying alive as the largest team on the map by far, really. They're almost, well, it's almost Washington, not Wisconsin. UCLA. UCLA wants to play now. This is their first game. UCLA is over here. Looks like they're headed northeast from their logo. That's going to take them to Wisconsin. And going back to Camp Randall one final time this episode. Yes, I am still here. What is going on? Play now. Okay, Wisconsin, again the home team. And UCLA playing their first game of the series. The Bruins are an 82 overall. Their offense is pretty solid. Wisconsin an 87 overall.
Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium.
Yeah. Back at Camp Randall, whatever.
Prepare to cheer on a whole pack of
Alrighty, here we go. Wisconsin up by 3 at the end of the first quarter, up 10-0. By 10, 17, big ol' lead for UW. 27-11, 27-19. Are they gonna try to blow their lead? No. Put some more points on the board. 41 to 25. Final score. Wisconsin dominates UCLA. Their home stadium.
And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Mark that down on the map, and then I'll wrap it up. Bruins are gone. Fresno just one step closer to being the last team in California. From California. Alright, let me go over what happened. Fresno beat Utah State and Stanford. Wisconsin beat UCLA. Wisconsin also beat Kansas, who beat Colorado. Oh, I need to change the Hawaiian Islands. I'll get that. Let's see. Colorado beat Oklahoma. South Alabama lost to Georgia Tech. Maryland beat Duke. Ohio State beat Toledo. I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I will fix the Hawaiian Islands. But until the next episode, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, peace.